Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch up the order. Can somebody grab Matthew 7 real quick? We're talking about that straight gate.
Okay.
Because me and the elder Yatazaki, we were just discussing before class even started. We're not gonna Dion high step into the kingdom, man. You know, and that's what's being pushed, a world-friendly view of this truth. You know, which is not the truth at the end of the day. All right, you're gonna go through suffering. You know, that's why we have to be patient. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, which when you go into the word patience, it means to suffer. All right. So all of us in our own capacity in life, we're gonna have to go through some level of suffering in order to achieve victory, to be crowned, like it talks about when you go into Second Ezra, the second chapter. But if somebody has the Matthew 7, I got it. Go ahead.
It's Matthew chapter 7, verse 13.
All right.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way.
This real quick off of that one definition root, you said establish, right? You got to establish that way. You know, establish what's the word I'm looking for? A standard. You know, because this word here it doesn't uplift standards and boundaries. It has that Alistair Crowley spirit, do as thou wilt, gray areas. So to be disciplined, you have to establish a path, a plan, and you have to stick to it. And this world makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
So that's what makes that gate straight and difficult as well. Staying on that beaten path and not veering off one way or the other. When the whole world is telling you to do the opposite, man. So there's a lot of adversity in that as well.
Yeah, because he said it's a narrow path too. And broad is the way that leads to destruction. But narrow is the path that leads to life, and only few men find it. Because it's difficult, man. It's not a hard thing. And anything of value to be attained, you're going to have to go through a level of difficulty, man. Challenges.
Yeah.
Because I had an old coach tell me that perseverance doesn't start until the task is difficult. Until you have to get to a point of adversity. All right?
I'm going to read that in the NLT. This is Matthew 7 and 13 in NLT. It says, you can enter the Most High's kingdom only through the narrow gate. Ooh. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for many that choose that way.
So it says you can only enter in through the narrow gate into the Most High's kingdom, into Yahweh Most High's kingdom. There's no other way. It ain't no back door. Now you can't come through the window or chimney. There's only one way, and the guys refuse to acknowledge and accept that way, which is ultimately Yahweh Shah. Okay, because Yahweh Shah came lowly. He came to suffering. Even though he was the son of the Most High, you know, he had to suffer. And the servant is not greater than the master. All right?
Check this out. This is the word for, the Greek word for, let me see, for narrow.
And you know, his suffering was a part of his accountability too.
Kind.
though he learned obedience
through suffering.
through suffering. So the suffering aspect, we know we effed up as the sons of God. So you know, the part of us accepting the hell and the bitterness is we deserve it.
We acknowledge our offense.
That's meekness, you know.
That's right. That's right. We acknowledge our offense. Like King David said, if I sinned, O Lord, against you. So that's a big part of this thing, because we understand that we're not suffering in vain. Okay? Because that'll hinder your walk too. And I'm suffering for nothing. Because even Peter asked the Lord, we've forsaken all to follow thee. Like, what shall we have? You know, loosely paraphrasing thereafter. And then Yahushua said, you're going to sit on thrones, man. Loosely paraphrasing. So there's a method to the madness. All right? But through the suffering, like the elder said, you know, we learn the obedience of Yahushua. You know? And we appreciate even more the sacrifice that he made, even though he didn't sin as Yahushua. All right? You can continue on.
That word for is thalibo in the Greek for narrow. It says to press as grapes, press hard upon, a compressed way, narrow, straightened, contracted, right? Trouble, afflicted, and distressful.
Trouble, afflicted, and distress, man. All of us are gonna have to go through those things, man. And it's all in measure according to everybody's spirit, of course. You know, because the Lord is not gonna put more on you than you can bear. But it's not gonna be an easy ride. That's the point being made.
Yep. Afflicted, narrow, tribulation, suffer, trouble.
Right. Tribulation, suffer, trouble. All right. So I think the point's been made. You can go to the Proverbs
24 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
Right. So usually that's how you can test the metal of somebody's character, man, when they go through adversity. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength, which you can use that interchangeably with faith. Your faith is small, basically. Because we're all going to have to go through that hour of temptation. That's going to be the most difficult adversity that we're going to be put through to date. All right? And this damn devil forces us to accept the sea hill in order to buy, sell, to be able to do anything in this kingdom. All right? So we fell under pressure, and we've seen guys, when just a smaller measure came, they buckled under pressure.
Just like the lettuce.
Yep, just like the lettuce. You know, that's an inside joke. But even when the jab, the jump shot or whatever was introduced, you had a lot of Israelite leaders, man, that's been in this thing for years, man. They folded under pressure. So that shows that their strength or their faith was small. All right?
Yep. I would say that word is
Adversity?
yeah.
Okay.
Sarah, straits, distress, trouble.
Right, straits. Just backing up what we just read. A position of difficulty, trouble. What else did you say, Otto?
Stress, straits, distress, and trouble.
Trouble, all right? So we're in a time of trouble, man. All right? That's pretty much it on that. You can go ahead and get the Ecclesiastes 7,
14.
and then someone hold Acts 14 and 22.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 14. I'll read it first in the KJV. In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High also hath set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him.
Right, so in the time of prosperity, be joyful, be thankful. Praise the Most High in all things, like the scripture says. But in the day of adversity, consider. Because the Most High, he controls both aspects. Whether you go through prosperity, whether you go through adversity. You got to consider that the Most High set up all of these things, man, as a refinement of your character. Usually that's what the adversity is going to bring. Because like that old saying, what if it doesn't kill you, it should make you stronger, right? Mm-hmm. If you're able to come out on the other side, all right? And the Most High, he's doing it all at the end of the day, all right? You want to read it in the...
Okay, it's Ecclesiastes 7:14 in the NLT. Enjoy prosperity while you can, but when hard times strike, realize that both come from the Most High. Remember that nothing is certain in this life.
Can you read that again, Barbara Shaka?
Ecclesiastes 7:14 in the NLT. Enjoy prosperity while you can.
Right, so right now, you know, for most brothers, we got pretty comfortable situations. You know, some brothers may have a little more than others, but the Most High allows it all to work for the benefit for brothers to go out and preach the gospel. You know, we all have our basic necessities at least. All right, so enjoy prosperity while we can. All right, because we know we gonna come to a time where ain't gonna be no jobs. It ain't gonna be no work for Egypt, like the scripture says. All right.
Ain't gonna be no garlic and leeks.
Nah, none of that. None of the things that we enjoy comfort in. You know, we coming into a time where those things are gonna be taken away. So we have to realize that that comes from the Heavenly Father. All right, and it's just a means to an end. We have to go through that in order to be delivered. We have to go through that in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established. All right.
Enjoy prosperity while you can, but when hard times strike, realize that both come from the Most High. Remember that nothing is certain in this life.
Right. Which we have certainty based on the promises that was made to our forefathers. Start with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The kingdom of heaven, salvation, deliverance. But nothing in this life is certain. All right. But the destruction of Babylon the Great, according to prophecy.
Right.
But
the word.
Exactly.
The only thing that's certain is the word, and that's
right.
Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
So that's what we move based upon that.
That's right.
You know? And you can tell, the word exposes everybody's intent.
Mm-hmm.
So we're basically seeing who are the true worshipers. We're basically through the word, through prophecy coming to pass. Mm-hmm. It's exposing everything that we need to see. So we're going to keep rocking out how we've been rocking.
That's right.
It works.
Exactly. Because we know everything is the will of the Heavenly Father. And just like the Lord's Prayer, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, man. We're not offended at prophecy. We're not offended at the will of the Lord. All right? So we just riding the wave, so to speak.
I got a quick one for you. Go ahead. This is Job chapter 1. I start at 20 and finish out the chapter. It says, Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. And said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you that Job saw both ends of the spectrum. You see, he saw the good and he saw the evil side. You see, but at the end of the day, he realized he had to deal with both. He dealt with that bitterness. And at the end of the story, he ended up getting everything back that he lost.
Right.
You see, which represents the nation of Israel too. So thinking that you're gonna be able to escape the bitterness, you sadly mistaken.
Right.
It ain't nothing you can do to get around it.
None of the men of the Lord could.
Ain't no way possible, man. All right. We count all things but loss to gain the excellency of Yahweh Shai.
Right. The only one that we could say who won the whole time is Daniel. But even he had to go through the lines.
He had to go through it.
You know
I was just
what
thinking
I'm
that.
He constantly won.
Yep.
When you read the story, he just won. Daniel was won the whole time.
He came with one. He was tried though.
He got tried.
He was like, damn, man, you know. You have a cool brother, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there with that lion.
We had to go through that straight gate.
You had to go through that straight gate.
Yep.
You know.
You ready for correct?
So all of us gonna have to. That's a beautiful example. You bringing up Daniel. You know, it may seem that brothers, whatever, but we all gonna have to go through something, man, in order to get to the kingdom. We're not gonna walk out with no war wounds, being soldiers of Yahweh Shai.
Bro, Abraham was told to slaughter his son after it was said that this is how you go past the blessing down.
Mm-hmm.
That's straight.
He just
That's
managed
a straight. You know.
right, because he had faith that his son could come back anyway.
He was super old when he got circumcised too. That was straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's him.
Yeah. That was faith.
Hey.
Yup.
All right, you want to start at the top, Sirach?
Before you get that, you got the Acts 14.
I got the Acts 14.
To see right too.
It's Acts 14 and 22, right?
Kind.
It's Acts 14 and 22. It reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in faith.
And that's what we're doing right now by pushing this word, you know, going out on the highways and the byways, making our bodies a living sacrifice, putting up these shows. We're confirming the souls of the elect and exhorting brothers to continue in the faith, man. All right, it's high time to awake out of sleep. Prophecy's coming to pass, man. This damn devil, our enemy, Esau, Edom, he's about to be thrown down. His kingdom is about to be thrown down.
Ooh.
Continue on, brothers.
Acts 14, 22 again from the top. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God.
This is something that all brothers have to be mindful of, man. Through much tribulation, not through less, not the least,
Yeah.
through much tribulation, we enter into the kingdom of heaven, man.
It's a rite of passage.
It's a rite of passage. So in order for us to get those crowns that it talks about in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, man, we're going to have to go through straits, afflictions, tribulation, however you want to put it. Hell. Okay? Like we jokingly say, we ain't going to be on high stepping into the kingdom of heaven, man. Moonwalking, no, man.
What is it? Is that 1 Peter 4:17? Where it says the righteous shall scarcely be saved? Meaning by the skin of their teeth.
Yep.
You know?
I think I'm holding that too.
So like, my bad.
You good. I know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because brothers in the spirit. But that's pretty much the point on that. We can go to Sirach 2.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. So for you, I perceive a lot of new viewership coming into this truth, waking up. Hey, if you come to serve the Lord, hey, prepare your soul for temptation, man. You're going to suffer. All right. This thing is a thing of patience, long suffering. Losses are going to come. You might have a decent situation where you got a wife, a woman, a job, a business. You got to be prepared to lose those things to follow the Lord. Okay? Because a lot of brothers, starting with our apostles, elders, and men throughout the order, we've lost things to serve the Lord, man. But to hell with those things, because those things are temporal anyway. But that's something that has to be at the forefront of your mind if you're considering coming into this walk. It's not going to be an easy road, man. It's going to be a lot of difficulties, man. You signed up for hardships, okay? Continue on.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Right.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. Set thy mind aright and constantly endure. Endure means to what? To make hard. All right. So the Lord is making us harder and harder. As the love of many is continuing to wax cold. As we really get a glimpse in that hole that Ezekiel was looking in. The Lord is making us harder and harder. All right. To be able to endure the things that we're going to have to go through. All right. Continue on.
Did you have 2 Timothy 2 or 2 Timothy 3 written there? Okay, I had a couple questions.
No, you got it.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 and 12. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. So that's the point. If we get to suffer in order to reign with Yahweh.
Right.
You know?
Like it says in Romans, the 8th chapter, we want to be joint heirs with Yahweh, but it's a package deal. In order to be joint heirs in the glory, you have to also be joint heirs in the sufferings, man. And Jake just want to have it one way. A lot of Israelites just want to have it one way. They just want the party, they want the glory, the honor, the exaltation, but they don't want to deal with the humility, the bitter aspects of serving Yahweh, man.
At the end of the story.
Right, exactly. They don't want to deal with none of the turmoil that lead up to the glory and the victory.
Yeah, they open up the book and they say, and they live happily ever after.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, that's a fairy tale. And the Bible is not a fairy tale. This is a real book, man. Just like any movie that's action-packed, and then the hero overcome the villain at the end. The hero usually got to go through a lot of adversity, man. He might be tied up at one time.
Yeah.
You know?
It get to a point. Sorry. It get to a point in the story where it looked like he can't win.
Exactly. Yep.
The Lord gonna put you go through. I love reading 1 Maccabees 2 and 50 because all our forefathers, they were put in situations that, looking with the eyes on your face, it's impossible to get out of those situations.
Right.
But the Lord made a way.
Yep.
That, and if you don't digest that with this truth, you're not gonna be ready for the test.
Exactly. Because it seems like we're up against unsurmountable odds.
Mm.
Yeah, right now, we the hero that's tied up, and while we jiggling our ropes loose, the villain is telling all the damn story.
Yeah.
We gonna this. Yeah, the spirit ordered to keep on running his damn mouth while we jiggle free.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Yeah.
2 Timothy chapter 2, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Quick one. Yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach shall suffer persecution.
Mm.
Right, and all that live godly, Yahweh will suffer persecution. Nobody is exempt, man. You know, all of Yahweh's disciples, you seen some of the deaths that they took, man.
Boy.
And at one point, they rejoiced when they got beat up, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That they were found worthy to be beaten of Yahweh, you know?
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's the mindset that we should have too. In the sufferings and the hell that come with it, you take joy in those things, man. Just take it on the chin.
The scriptures say, what son are you if the Lord chasten you not? I'm paraphrasing. Right. So you know when you're getting chastened for righteousness' sake, it's like, okay, there's a reward for this. This ain't for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You depart from evil, you make it yourself a prey.
We understand too that this is just a condition of the battle. All right. The Lord is dealing with men who gonna be battle tested.
They had this.
That's how you're gonna be found worthy, man. You gotta go through it, man. All right.
Yeah, they do.
Continue on.
Right. It's Sirach 2 and 3.
So like, was it one of those?
It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Like the brother's been saying, it's gonna get greater later. But Jake wanted now. You know, our people have took on to the culture of Esau, Edom, and that instant gratification. They want the glory now. They want the honor now. Right? We're gonna be increased at the last end. But before that last end, we're gonna have to go through suffering, man. Losses, stress, all right, affliction, tribulation. Continue on.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Right, whatever is brought before thee, take cheerfully. Matter of fact, can someone grab 1 Peter 4 and 12?
I got it. It's 1 Peter 4 and verse 12, all right? It reads, Beloved, think not it strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Right, so this fiery trial is to try you, man. That's how you test gold, a precious metal like gold. It has to be brought through fire, okay, to test the quality of that gold. So it's not a strange thing just because you got some hell coming to your life.
Right.
So the hell what, man?
Like Ringo TV.
Right.
Yeah. Because you catching hell, now the truth ain't the
Now the
truth.
truth ain't the truth. And a lot of guys get into that mindset. They think it's all about them. Soon as a little bit of affliction, a little bit of hell touch them, they just want to throw everything that they learned out.
Yeah.
They say ever since I started identifying as a Hebrew Israelite, I like it fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you he wasn't fit for the battle.
Exactly.
You know, like the scriptures tell you, got to count the cost.
Man, I was just thinking of that.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
So he didn't. That's why the apostles say, and it's starting to resonate more and more with me now. Like a lot of Israelites don't really truly understand
What they're part of.
Man.
Right.
They truly don't get it. They think it's some sort of fad, it's some sort of get rich quick scheme just based upon clout, and you just a smart dumbass nigga. You know, you smart.
Yeah.
You know, you sound
gonna get that coming to America treatment. Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
like,
I cannot believe it. It is you. It's gonna be the opposite of that.
Yeah, they just want to be equipped to debate, go on podcasts, and sound smart for these hoes, and they ain't really considered like the suffering.
Yeah.
If you really coming into this thing, man.
They're motivated by vainglory.
Exactly.
They want to be the guy.
Mhm.
They're not about completing the mission.
Exactly.
Because if I may say real quick, because regardless, you gonna go to the straight gate regardless.
Yep.
Whether your mind is prepared to go through the straight gate to understand and know what's going to be the outcome, or you've been playing around this whole time, you're going to go through the straight gate.
What's that shirt? We hope for the wide or
The second and the seven.
Yeah.
I hold it at least.
Yep, you can hold it just in case that come up. Because everybody's eventually, like the priest said, man, it's gonna go through the straight, regardless if you can consider it now or not.
Yeah.
All right. It's like the elect.
Temptation.
We're just preparing our mind, Lord willing, we the elect. We're preparing our mind for it now. All right. We ain't gotta get ready if we stay ready, so to speak. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Where's that?
I was still reading. 1 Peter 4 and 12, all right, it reads, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Right, it's to try you, to prove if your character is worthy to be one of Yahweh's elect. All right, continue on.
Continuing on. As though some strange thing happened unto you.
So it's not an uncommon thing for a brother in this truth to go through hell, man. It sucks sometimes, even if you see a certain brother from the outside looking in, like going through a certain situation, like damn, you know. But every man, we have to bear our cross, okay? And I said earlier, the Lord, He's not going to put more on us than we can bear,
Right.
Okay? So that's not an uncommon thing to suffer, but it's true. Continue on.
Verse 13, 1 Peter 4 and 13. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of the Mashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
But rejoice. And I know when you're going through certain situations, that's easier said than done to rejoice. But we got to try to come into that mindset more and more when things that are uncomfortable happen, man, just learn to take it on the chin more. Praise the Lord. You know, if anything, pray for the strength to just to bear it, to endure it.
Yeah. You gotta, because a lot of people in the world, when they go through affliction, everybody has their defense mechanisms, whether it's liquor, money, women. There's things that they lean on. The Lord is preparing us to lean on Him when stuff get hard. There's a lot of Israelites, man, when shit don't go their way, they don't turn to Yahweh. That's not their response.
Mm-hmm.
And the elect, their response is going to be to lean on Yahweh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because that's what He wants us to do, man. Ultimately, He wants us to depend on Him, to rely on Him.
That's faith.
That's right. But it also says that when His glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Because I was saying earlier, it's a package deal. If we take in on the sufferings of Yahweh Shah, we're going to be joint heirs in the glory.
That's it.
Of course, He going to get His glory before us, but we're going to take part in our glory as well.
Can I read it in the NLT for you?
Absolutely.
It's 1 Peter 4:13. It reads, instead, be very glad, for these trials make you partners with the Mashiach in his suffering, so that you will have wonderful joy of seeing his glory when he is revealed to all the world.
And you'll have a greater appreciation for it, man. You know, when your body's getting changed up.
Yeah.
You know, when we finally can get that sip with Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
You know,
Dang.
that crowning ceremony, man. All of these beautiful things, like we're gonna just for the suffering that we're gonna have to go through to accomplish that, man, it's gonna make us appreciate it way more than we can imagine.
Yeah.
All right.
But just think about a woman, like think about a woman that's betrothed to her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like when a woman goes through a betrothal period, she doesn't see him until the wedding. At all. Like it ain't like he coming over to the crib saying what's up. They sit down and go to the park and chopping it up. Like that doesn't happen. Like that woman, like, she bathing in oils, getting herself ready.
But it happened with Joseph.
Say it again?
It happened with Joseph.
Yeah, well, yeah. But, that happened for property.
But that's just not the custom.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not the custom. Typically the husband or the groom, he won't see her until the marriage. You know what I'm saying? And that could be a lot of time. But that's to a degree patience. You know what I'm saying? And that's like suffering to a degree, like for a woman.
Oh yeah.
Well, a woman in the ancient world, not these hoes today, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Even like a chick in the world that you might be courting or whatever, before you actually, get the hit it or whatever, it's a little, you might burn. It's a suffering process that you got to go through. But if it's a woman that you're really trying to get with, when you finally get it on, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Just like a practical example. Yep. But was it more?
Verse 14 in the NLT, 1 Peter 4:14. It says, so be happy when you are insulted for being, it says a Christian here, right? Mm-hmm. For then the glorious spirit of Yahweh rests upon you.
That's right. So we're supposed to be cheerful in affliction, and like I said, it's easier said than done, but we just at least have to put on that mindset, because Yahweh Shah's already been there and done that. Like the Apostle Ricardo was saying, we already did that. Yahweh Shah already did that, man. So we can go back to Sirach 2.
Yeah.
What verse were you on?
4.
Okay.
Sirach 2:4 says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Right. Be patient when thou art changed to a lower state, man. You just got to suffer and wait on the Lord. Wait ye upon me. All right? Which that's a thing that Israel hasn't been taught to do. Even us coming out of this world, man. We want it now. All right? Continue on.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Here's really the whole point that I really want to get in this chapter right here, because the elect is likened unto gold tried in the furnace of adversity. All right? Can you read it again, Baruch?
Come. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right. So acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So if we come out on the end, that means we're accepted of Yahweh Shah. If we can go through this fire. All right? Because we already see there's a lot of Israelites out there. They don't want to deal with the fire.
Furnace is hot.
Right. They don't want to deal with the furnace of adversity.
They don't want to deal with the bitter.
They don't want to deal with the bitter. All right? Which these are all attributes that we're going to have to take on in order to receive the kingdom, to be crowned, to be found acceptable, like we just read. Okay? There's no two ways. All right? That's pretty much the point on that.
Did you read that scripture in Wisdom of Solomon where, or Sirach, where it talks about wisdom is fetters?
Like Stephen, to where we don't even actually feel a painful death.
Right.
Okay? Because a lot of Israelites, that hinders their walk too, just that fear of this world, of what Esau can do for us standing up for this truth, you know?
They're weeping and gnashing for the disobedient, the scorners, and you know, those say there's not say they're going to receive death by pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why would the Most High torment the people that's already been standing stiffly? You know, so you gotta think about that. What if He takes your spirit out before the fire and squad out of the guillotine drops or whatever?
Right.
You know, you have to have that mindset. You know, all that bad shit, that woe and mourning. That's for these niggas out here. That's for 2/3.
Right. We speaking it on ourselves.
Right. Especially when that the hour of temptation, when Esau trying to force us to receive, you know, his chip. You know, a lot of Jake gonna fold up. Lord willing, I don't fold, and none of the brothers in the room with me don't fold, man.
Right.
That's gonna be one of the biggest tests right there. Okay, because out of just fear, like, man, damn, you know, you don't want to get thrown in a concentration camp, just being drug out your home in the middle of the night. A lot of Israelites are gonna fold up, man. All right, we'll continue on.
Verse 2: In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery.
Right.
And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace.
Right. If we're one of the Most High's elect, that's why there ain't no way for us to lose if you're a part of the elect. Whether you so-called have to be a martyr and die, or the scriptures also says in Luke, there's be some that shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of heaven come in power. All right. Continue.
Verse 4: But though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Right. So our hope is full of immortality, man. We know that we're not gonna never die, man. Ultimately, at the end of the day, because even if we so-called die, the Lord can bring us back. And in the next kingdom, man, we looking at immortality. Okay. That's why we can forsake everything here, because we looking for it to immortality. Continue on.
Verse 5: And having been a little chastised, that shall be greatly rewarded.
But there's a process to get to immortality, man. We talking about immortality, and Jake want an easy ride to immortality. They don't want to have to deal with any bitterness to get immortality. That ain't the way it go.
Right. And in the eyes of the Most High, it's a little.
Right.
Instead of being a little chastised.
Right. That light affliction that it talks about in Corinthians, you know. You can't compare it to the exceeding glory that we're gonna receive, man. Continue on.
For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for Himself. As gold in the furnace hath He tried them,
Right.
and received them as a burnt offering.
Right. So going back to 5, it says, and having been just a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. So right now we're having to go through that proving process. And Lord willing, we'll be found worthy. Can you read 6 again, Barbara Kashar?
Hey, you know, and something about the proving process. The proving process is very specific, right? So when you're melting down gold, you want to get into a certain range of heat to remove the impurities. Now, what if you got a little bit? If your piece of gold has a little bit more dirt than another piece of gold, that range of heat changes. The proving process is specific for how much dirt you got in you.
Ooh, that's heavy too.
See that?
That's right.
So you might be watching somebody's proving process, but that ain't your proving process.
Man, that's heavy, Elder.
The proving process is particular.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Concerning how you built and how Most High got you going, man.
Yo, that's why brothers don't never need to get in the spirit of trying to compare and match your hell with what another brother's going through. Because you don't know how the Lord views that brother and like the elder said, what things that need to be purified within that brother's spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
You could be trying to get a woman and it's just like it don't happen. You watching the next man and then the women are just all over him. You like, God damn.
Yep.
I do this. Why can't I get another woman? You know? I'm like, I want some doves on my goddamn swimming board.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep.
But the Most High protecting you from something.
Right.
It's your proving process. You know? He got that. You know?
He got the right amount of heat already
That's
adjusted
right.
for each brother's spirit.
That's one example, but it can be whatever. You know
That's
what I'm saying? I just wanted to put that out.
Now that's a great aspect to this thing. You know, the Lord has already our heat adjusted for every brother. You know, for them to be proven.
One of these days, man, I'm gonna get them parts so I can run the save page, man. I'm working for it. That's my proving process, man.
Can you read?
Ladies that's listening, can I get some dubs? Shit. Bullshit.
Judah, man.
I'm just kidding.
Read 6 again, Bible.
Psalm chapter 3, verse 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering.
Right, and receive them as a burnt offering, man. A sacrifice. Okay? And we make our bodies a living sacrifice, you know, when we go out on that altar, preaching, putting up these shows on the various YouTube channels, man. Hopefully the Lord will find our sacrifice acceptable. Okay? Did somebody got that 1 Peter 1:7?
I got it.
And then we're going to get the account if somebody can hold Daniel, the 3rd chapter, start around like 12.
Yep, I'm starting verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
1 Peter 1:6, it says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach.
Salakia, brother. Hold on.
Read it again.
Can you read again? Yup.
This is 1 Peter 1:7. It says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Right, and that's the marriage.
Right.
So basically, the hell you going through the purification, you're putting on the oils, you preparing yourself for the marriage, but the trial period is the in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking up that
And
word
when
trial.
he comes back, you know, he's going to come back to a faithful or a virgin.
Yeah.
You know,
And that word trial in the Greek, it says dokamian, and it says the proving. All right. So everybody's faith is going to have to be proven.
Right.
That's why we go through the trial period. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read it again, Baba Kashah?
1 Peter 1:7, it says that the trial of your faith,
That the proving of your faith, pretty much. Go ahead.
being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach.
All right. So once our faith is proving, man, it's going to be found unto praise, honor, and glory at the appearing of Yahushua. At the appearing of Yahushua. Okay.
Yep.
So it's going to be worth it going through the fire. Okay.
Yep.
Daniel 12.
Daniel 3:12. Yep.
This is Daniel 3 and verse 12. It reads, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
That's pretty much us, man. In here in Babylon the Great, man. We're not serving these guys of Esau, Edom. We're not worshiping their pagan holidays. You know, we're completely set against everything that this kingdom stands for, because we know that this place embodies Satan, which is the adversary of the Most High.
And this got all the way to the king that they didn't serve us. So they in modern day times, they was put on the wanted list.
Right. And that's going to happen to us pretty much.
Correct.
Because we can already perceive through the spirit that this word which I believe this happened probably years ago, that these agencies, the CIA, FBI,
that's been going on.
you know, they already know about this thing of ours, man. It's not a big secret.
Yeah.
But they're just trying to really find a way to address us, you know, because they know that we got the truth at the end of the day. But they know that we're in defiance against this kingdom.
Yeah.
That we're pretty much committing treason.
They got a file on every brother.
Right.
Your phone is in your pocket. It's a cop.
Yeah.
So they know for every y'all person's life. The argument you have with your old lady yesterday.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Alexa is a cop.
It's a cop.
Yep.
It's mine. You just, you know, I mean, but that's the system itself. That's why we need Yahweh Shai, because we're in the belly of the beast.
Right.
The only way out is Yahweh Shai, and even the technology we're using it to work is working against them.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Lord it's a two-edged sword, but the Lord is using technology, AI, all of these things, because it's like a free for all for information.
Man, that chat GPT,
You
boy.
tap in, you can learn a lot.
You can.
Yeah, you can make your news videos better. You can make you can use it against the devil.
Because it's just so much information, man, that they couldn't even foresee it going to the level that it's going to. All right, which is exposing them in a lot of ways too. Like the elder said, it's a two-edged sword. So even though we know it's people behind the strings for this guy Donald J. Trump and Elon Musk, but they know about the Israelites, man. You know, they we've come up on his desk, I'm sure. You know, so like you were saying with Daniel or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, what they were doing, it got up to the king.
Yeah.
All right, continue on.
All right, verse 13. It's Daniel 3:13. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, he was getting ready to come in like a madman.
Yep.
That's going to happen again.
Yep, it's going to happen right again, man.
Yep. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
So he probably hell no. They doing what?
What?
Yeah. They not going to bow? Okay.
It was in direct confrontation with the vibration they was trying to achieve in his kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing on, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, then they brought these men before the king.
Right. And the scriptures talk about that in Luke. We're going to be brought up before, magistrates and all of that. And
take no account for what you should say.
Exactly. So the Lord is basically going to put the words that we need to say in our mouth at that time, okay?
But our hearts will be beaten,
right?
But the Lord will get us through it.
Right. We might just be in the spirit to just prophesy at that particular time, man, and just tell them exactly their judgment, man.
Yeah, the lights go out.
Right. Then it's just a blackout.
Yeah.
Well, the scripture says that it's going to be a test. It's going to be as a testimony against them,
or a cyber attack or something happened. Yeah. Right when we brought up on charges, we might have to give a testimony. Yeah. So what is this y'all believe in? Yahweh Shai, like what is this doctrine? You know?
Yeah.
The Lord going in the moment just going to tell us exactly what we need to, how we need to answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to be asking you questions for you to incriminate yourself in front of the public because they know what we teach. They know what we believe.
Yep.
So if they're asking you questions, it's going to be for you to look like a demon in front of people.
You hate white people,
right?
Hey, God hates white.
When I first came in the truth, I dealt with that on a small level.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, bro, the Lord gonna make sure we in the right mindset. If we lean it on him.
We hate Edomites because the Lord hates
the truth is easy.
The truth is like blame it on the Lord.
The truth defends that because we don't believe in there's people who look like so-called white people who are Israelites.
Exactly.
So we don't believe in what a white person.
So just telling the truth, man, that's gonna be our biggest defense. Just telling the truth.
You can do nothing against the truth,
right?
But
for the truth, who are white people anyway? We can go into Edomites. We can just go. But either way, the Lord is gonna lift up the standard anyway. All right. But continue on, brother.
Continuing on. All right. This is verse 14. Daniel 3:14. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, "Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?"
Yeah. So they're gonna be questioning us, man. Yeah. You know, we're gonna be brought up on charges. They're gonna be replaying the videos.
Is it true that you guys are against technology that's saving so many people's lives?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you saying you want to slit little children's throats? Is that what you're saying? All this old goofy ass
especially
shit.
With the grape thing.
Yeah.
That might be the first question. Yeah.
Right.
Ain't got nothing for them.
It's gonna be easy work. It's gonna be easy work.
Easy.
Yep.
Do you support Netanyahu?
Right.
Easy work.
Anti-Semitic. Well, who's Shem? Who's Shem? You believe in God? What's Shem? What is that?
Yo,
What's Sim? What does that mean?
what's his name? What,
What's
it
that?
means name like that. Yo.
We gotta establish the They won't know.
Yeah, I'm here to interview you. No.
Yeah,
Come on,
you ready to get cussed the fuck out.
Yep, you came to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
You brought
this on yourself.
So even though the Lord is going to be with us, man, that's going to be a trial of our faith either way. You know, that's the point being made. We're going to have to be proven just by going through that situation like that, man. You know, being on the news or something like that.
Being at work, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden niggas walk up with some shades or pulling you out of your job.
Yeah. Or everybody at the work watching the news and they just, your videos pop up in front of your coworkers.
Yeah.
You know? Like, damn.
Y'all still got a TV at work, man.
Like in the break rooms. Yeah. You know, Esau high tech, man, with the corporate offices.
But when we just made it pop up on everybody's phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Continuing on, Daniel 3.
Just
And
read through 15. Yup.
3 and 15.
And somebody get the prayer of Azariah Baba Kashai. I'm going to just back door with that.
Go. Daniel 3 and 15. Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
So that's about to happen all over again, like we've been saying, that hour of temptation, man, because Esau's trying to inject us with his mark, trying to get us to worship the image of the beast. Okay, this whole Roman system. Okay, they want us fully locked in. They want everybody fully locked in, but especially us because we're openly going against it. So Esau is going to basically try to do something, whether put us and send us to Guantanamo Bay or wherever, or kill us. Mm-hmm. Continue on.
Verse 15, the latter part of it, it says, and who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand?
Right.
And right there, it probably clicked in them like, oh, he tripping. The Lord for sure gonna watch out for us now. The scriptures talk about, and I can reference it for another time. First Maccabees 2. It says, none that put their trust in him was forsaken.
And that backs up that super. Yep, that's right. Yeah, so can we get that prayer of Azariah?
Okay. We'll start at the top.
Specific. Let me see. Yeah, start right at the top because it's only like 2 verses. Just read 1 and 2.
All right. This is the prayer of Azariah, also known as the Song of the Three Holy Children.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 1, it says, and they walked in the midst of the fire, praising the Most High and blessing the Lord. Then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opening his mouth in the midst of the fire said, blessed art thou, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem.
I just want to back up just in verse 1. Like, that's really the point. It says, and they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So all of these different trials and tribulations and adversities that we have to go through, we have to get in the mindset to praise the Lord at the end of the day, because it's him that's setting up these barriers, but it's a means to an end to get the kingdom. Right. Through much tribulation, we enter into the kingdom of the Most High. All right. Yep. And the things which are written aforetime were written for our learning. All right. And like one of our favorite scriptures, that second Maccabees 2, it just gives all different types of examples of men of the Lord that were tried, and they all overcame. All right.
That's like a pre-game speech
so
he gave.
We might have to come back to that Sirach just to kind of probably end it on that. Go Salaki.
Verse 2, it says, then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opening his mouth in the midst of the fire, said, blessed art thou, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of our fathers. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore.
Right. And the beautiful thing is, too, we got the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. So we have to consider whenever we're brought before these trials, if we brought before Esau, if we're faced with death, we can call him a name, man. Like somebody said, the Lord could have a blackout happen. It could be a cyber attack. You got to think the Lord can literally do anything. Matter of fact, somebody get Sirach 11 and 26 real quick. So you got to have a spirit of victory, man.
Yeah.
There's no way that we can lose, man. To hell with what Esau got. To hell with what we think Esau can do. It's not greater than what the Most High can do and gonna do.
Yep. Just like Stephen, when Stephen was getting stoned, he looked up and said, "Lord, receive my spirit." You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even worried about what was actually happening right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was being stoned, but in the furnace of adversity, he called on the Lord. You see?
Because a lot of Israelites, they're just too goddamn scary at the end of the day. They may believe in this thing to a certain degree, but they're scared of the suffering aspect for defying this damn devil.
Probably think they're gonna go to hell when they die.
Right.
I'll twist it up.
But no, man.
They just don't want to suffer right. They don't want to suffer at the moment.
Exactly.
You know, and the scriptures talk about how, you know, we read it earlier, being a little chastened, you're gonna be greatly rewarded, man.
Right.
You know. Sirach chapter 11, verse 26, it says, "For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways."
So it says it's easy. That's easy work to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to reward in the day of death too. So right when you feel that your back is completely against the wall, you don't have no other options. You know, you right, the guillotine is like touching your throat. The Lord can allow you to escape death, man.
Had a guillotine break.
Right.
They
Anything
just
it can malfunction.
Just breaking.
It can hit the people that's putting it on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scripture says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee."
Right.
Because even in that account with Daniel, those men, because he was the king, basically told him to turn up the heat like 7 times, and then the men that took Daniel into the furnace,
They
their ass
died.
got burnt up.
Yeah.
All right. So you got to think about all the different possibilities, man. If the Lord is dealing with you, man, you can escape death.
And this conversation ain't happening amongst people with fringes on their t-shirt.
Right.
But they
Because
finna,
ultimately,
yeah.
like the spirit been on Elder Yashima with a push. They don't believe in the resurrection, man.
Yeah.
They don't believe that the Lord can raise you up from the dead.
Who was it? One body in house shot that said there wasn't no miracles.
Right.
They did. So they what?
Nobody in Beelzebub.
Right.
Right. They're finna go into this test unequipped. They finna go into this battle with no armor, no sword. They don't got none of it.
They done set it off.
Yeah.
Bucket naked. I was in on Sirach 11.
Okay, kind. Let's get. You're already in 11. Can you go down to 14?
Yep. This is Sirach chapter 11, verse 14. It says,
Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
And that's what we always have to consider. All of these different things, man. Whether we up, whether we down, it's all of the Lord. All right.
Yep.
Like it says in that scripture, it's in Matthew. Is it like 10 and 28? Because that's the mindset that we should have.
Oh, fear not.
Yeah. Can you grab that real quick? And we're gonna come right back to that.
you know, and then Daniel 3, after the when they was in the furnace, and Yahushua showed us
That fourth.
Yeah, I was saying, 'cause they walked into the fire praising the Lord, and he showed up.
He showed up.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was like this. Man, there was 3 in there. Now it's a 4th.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it. So Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Right. So ultimately, it's about fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, fearing the Lord, man. Which that's the beginning of wisdom. Like a lot of Israelites, they're fearful of the devil, our enemy, man. And that's gonna put them in a position to make a bad decision.
Right.
That's gonna be costly. Like the Most High says in Revelation 14, they're gonna have to drink of that cup. They're gonna take the chip, man.
You have to compromise.
Right. They're gonna be compromised goods at that point.
I'm gonna read down to 31.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 29. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. That's what it's saying is not one sparrow is not going to fall or perish or anything, just not going to happen unless the Heavenly Father ordains it.
Right.
You know. So you don't have anything to fear. Okay, because we're more valuable than sparrows like this parable. But the Most High, the Most High to control everything.
That's right.
You know, in the place of death or anything like that, whatever the Most High ordains is going to happen. It's going to happen. So we don't have to worry about Esau. You know, the Most High has this thing completely on lock. You know, he's dictating all of Esau's moves.
Exactly. Yep. Psalm 31, verse 5. I'm sorry, let me start at verse 4. It says, "Pull me out of the net that they have laid privily for me, for thou art my strength. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, truth." And that's the key, is that, you know, the prayer is like, look, into thine hand I commit my spirit. You see what I'm saying? Pretty much understanding the fact that you understand and know that the Lord is in control regardless. Exactly. See what I'm saying? So whatever happens, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you in control. Right. Just I pray that you keep the spirit upon me to keep saying your name. Right. And glorifying and praising you, regardless of the scenario situation that you could be in, man.
Right. And when you move with that mindset and that energy, it's gonna dictate the best case scenario decision making. You ain't gonna make no bad decision, man. You ain't gonna take that chip. You ain't gonna falter to this devil. All right. You ain't gonna give in to the temptations of this devil, man. All right. Can you go back to Sirach 14 or Sirach 11 and read verse 14?
Sirach 11, verse 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Right. So just bringing it full circle, man. All of these things come of the Lord. So if you really truly believe that, man, you ain't gonna be shaken. You're gonna be immovable. Okay. You're gonna be a fixture in your walk. Okay. Regardless of the tribulation, the adversity. All right. Whenever the slander campaign come, you ain't gonna deny the Lord.
Right.
All right. Can you go back to Sirach 2? And like you said, we'll just go. Unless anybody had any precepts.
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Mm-hmm.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?"
That's right. Hey, can you get that second Maccabees?
I got you.
Yeah, first Maccabees 2. Yup.
All right, this is
Well, hold it real quick.
Okay,
Go
cool.
back here.
All right. Verse 11. "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction."
Right. And saveth in time of affliction. That's the key thing. Through his right hand, Yahweh Shai.
Yep. That's how he got us out of Egypt.
That's right. Yep. Like you was going into last night, man. Pharaoh, some big ass feet Egyptians, man. They was chasing us out of Egypt. That had to be scary as hell, man. And we just going straight towards the sea.
Man, them niggas was running, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas had smoke coming out their nose.
Horses behind us, bro.
Tall, them niggas tall, linky, just running like
niggas
God,
like
damn.
7'5", 8 foot, big mad niggas. Yeah. They horses was probably big too, man.
Yeah.
They had to have been.
Yeah.
Them niggas was big.
Them niggas was big, I know. So,
Boy.
and you just running straight towards the sea, bro. And the Lord just did a miracle pretty much.
Certain niggas couldn't swim.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you gotta throw that in there. That's what y'all.
What was we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
Can't swim. You know Jake can't swim.
Jake can't swim.
Jake kids can swim, but Jake can't swim.
Yeah.
I think that's a whole
That's
sea,
me.
so water splashes, rocks and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to that shit.
Nah,
Bro. And the Lord,
yeah, and it's a sea. It's like
It ain't no regular water.
Nah, that shit got waves a mile high.
It's located, well, we know where it's located, like the Red Sea today, where the area, because you know when you watch those documentaries and stuff with the Red Sea, that Esau got all that shit documented, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a hardcore spot, man.
Oh yeah. They found chariot wheels at the bottom of it.
God
damn.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you brothers are old enough to remember this, Jacques Cousteau.
Mm-hmm.
You know Jacques Cousteau? That's back when I was a little kid in the 80s.
Right in the
The
Persian
old
Gulf.
French Edomite, whatever the fuck he was. Him and his son, this goes, yes, you know all of the heavy French accent, Jacques Cousteau. He was a what do you call it? Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
He found some of the shit that it was him. The other one I mentioned, it was Jacques Cousteau. Because I remember back in the 90s, you know, when I first came in, the brothers, the elders back then, he said, yeah, that devil Jacques Cousteau. He found the chariots So you know the Bible is true.
Yep. Now, Esau searches everything out.
Yeah, he found some shit.
Yep.
I saw that.
Well, that Lord set him up to be in that position
Yeah.
because, everything we saying we know is true. We believe it through faith, but the Lord also has, secular history and things that match up with the Bible. And science itself used to be based on the Bible. It's just that it got, that anti-Messiah agenda crept in, and science became what it is today. True science is all based upon what the Bible says.
Right.
You see?
Pseudoscience and all of that.
Yeah, now you got pseudoscience.
Right.
Oh boy. What is that even?
Pseudoscience is false science, meaning how Esau, because science means to know, and ultimately Esau uses his science to heal. All right. So pseudoscience, an example of pseudoscience is naming nations instead of Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, black, white, red.
Yep.
Okay.
And through that, he's able to forward his narrative, and then based upon his science, based upon the findings, he's he has the highest IQ.
Yeah.
He's the best species amongst all of the species on the planet Earth. And if you don't meet this qualification based upon your subhumanism, we're able to exterminate you, we're able to destroy you, we're able to poison you because you're a savage.
So it's justifiable.
But it's not racism, it's science.
Yeah.
Science.
It's a way for him to justify his lies.
Right.
Exact facts.
Ain't that science?
I'm trying to cut you. That's why I just asked you.
Yeah.
I'll openly say it on the fucking camera.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, somebody look it up.
I got some
Science folks are
I mean,
so called.
you brothers know, I don't know that shit.
Right, but nah, you know it. Once you hear it, you know it. You hear the term, but once you hear it, you'll be able, because
It's false.
when somebody gets second for the apostles, 2 Thessalonians 2.
But I'm still learning.
Shit, every day. I learn every day.
I learn from you brothers.
I'm in love with learning.
But you brothers teach me and edify me on certain things.
Right.
I be
Get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8,
I got it.
and then get pseudos. Go ahead.
It's 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Now look up the word lying. Lying wonders.
Okay.
So one of the ways Esau's been able to dominate is by controlling the narrative, witchcraft, and witching the minds. But he got the word for lying wonders.
Right. This is pseudos.
Pseudos. You hear that, Apostle?
Yes.
The Greek word is pseudos.
Pseudo lying.
Right.
Lie.
Now, what does pseudos mean?
All right. It means a lie, conscious and intentional falsehood.
Conscious and intentional falsehood. Go ahead.
In a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be.
Right. Based on his science, he was able to force you to believe that jab would heal you. Right. It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not
So
true.
we can slide feminism in there.
All of that.
All of that.
Mhm. All of it.
Yep.
But through that, he's able.
Homosexuality, so on and so forth.
But through that, because when you get people confused like that, they're easier to control. You think about sexual confusion. From that point, you're able to subjugate. Once a nation is,
Perverted that way.
perverted in a way where they're not in balance with what sex is and what male, then that's pseudoscience. That's a part of his pseudoscience, is the ability to put it in people's minds that a man could be a woman could be a man, and
They have it in the garden.
you know what I'm saying? A woman could be over a man.
Yeah.
That's all.
The lesson like go on. It's getting thick now.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
Roman.
I mean,
Nah, I love it.
yeah.
I was just adding to what I had going on.
It's getting kind of thick
Yeah,
now.
let's get it.
Y'all getting down, man.
That's Romans, the first chapter. It says once somebody's opened up to that all that sexual, magic, they'll take on any characteristic under the sun. That's the opening of the door for them to do any wickedness.
Right.
There's no line they won't cross.
That's that gateway. Yep.
It's some more.
Yes, Lord.
Right. Read that.
This is again the third definition for pseudos, G5579. In a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be, of perverse, impious, deceitful precepts.
Deceitful precepts. So he even used the Bible in a pseudos manner.
Yeah.
It's all to subjugate and bewitch the mind. It's magic.
Yeah.
With words and the English language is a snare. So he's able to implement his will on the people and become God over them through bewitching them.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me say, I'm sorry, man. Man, y'all got my spirit going.
Yeah.
Pseudoscience. Now I get it.
You get it. Yep.
It's witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Pretty much.
No, because I'm not hip on all the
lingo.
the lingo. But you get it.
You get it. You get
I
it.
get it. No,
Now
y'all,
that you learn, you get it. Yep.
according to the scripture, I get it.
Yep.
You know, and the shit like you sit back and go, oh, and I only got one scripture that I'm gonna quote. I'm just gonna quote it, man. I don't have to get it. I'll quote it. Job 9:24.
Right. To see into the hand of
The
the
earth
wicked.
is given into the hand of the effing wicked.
That's it.
He covers the face of the
That's right.
Cover up the faces of just the right way. And then we always broke that down, which that is true.
It's twofold.
Twofold, man. Threefold.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he covered up the image of Yahushua. He covered up who the real Israelites were. But this mother effer, he covered up the right order of things.
He walked judgment.
He walked judgment.
He's controlling the
See,
narrative.
now, man,
Yep.
see, the Lord, man, hey, bro, man, the Lord is, I can tell you all about Shimmy Yahushua, brothers. Man, like, okay, we were mad because when 2000 came, the end didn't come, but the Lord had more work to do. Yahweh Shimmy Yahushua had, that all you brothers had to come along and, you know, we looked at things differently back then than we do now. But like, and then you brothers, okay, y'all say y'all learned from us.
Yep.
Right?
And to be real, we don't know it's the year 2000.
Exactly.
We don't know what
We
year
don't know.
it is.
Yeah.
You basically going
That's
off
part
of
of pseudoscience.
bullshit.
Right.
It's-
Pseudoscience.
The bottom line is it fulfilled prophecy either way.
Right.
Because even the Jews at the time that Yahweh was on the scene struggled with thinking the end was coming at that time.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, yeah.
So I'll be honest with you brothers, man. Let me explain something to y'all, all of y'all, and even brothers in the camp, other camps out there, man. You brothers, you know, whether y'all believe it or not, I mean, I don't know everything. You know, I know what I know through the grace of Yahweh. Man, you brothers be edifying my ass. I be getting edified around you young dudes, man. The Lord got a heavy spirit on you cats, man. And you brothers been out there, brother. I'm learning from y'all. I be learning shit from y'all. Now, the scoffers want to take that in. You know, I'm wrong. I want to say something, but I ain't gonna say it. But you know, they can kiss my ass.
But I want to hear Elder Ariella break down pseudoscience. See if
Yeah, I went, oh, come on, this is the guy.
how would you explain? What would you say?
Well, the word pseudo goes back to the meaning of false. So it's a false science. But the key about pseudoscience is that it's an intentional falsehood.
Yep.
It's a planned falsehood. It's a falsehood that's meant to make you think that this is the real thing. Right. So when you go back to the magicians of Egypt, and they were making the rods turn to snakes as well, and they were doing the magic as well alongside with Moses and Aaron. That was a form of pseudo knowledge. That's where the word scientia or science comes from. Knowledge, a false knowledge or a false interpretation of reality or truth.
Intentionally too.
They falsely make you think they know everything.
Right.
Not sure
Well, let me ask you
that.
brothers a question. So, okay, which we know this, but I want y'all to break it down, man. Like today, and you know the world we live in now, the pseudoscience.
It's a religion.
How can I articulate this shit, man? I'm not real good at articulating myself sometimes. What you know, like, okay, we know the homosexuality, you know, the alphabet shit, that's pseudoscience.
Right.
Absolutely.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
And he made people fight for that. He made people march for the lie.
Yeah.
For the deception, because sexual confusion leads to ultimately a nation's decay.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point, man.
It's just
Because if you got people fucked up in the head, they're easy to rule over. So these elites, man, these people are gone.
Then he
man.
turns everybody against one another. You got the man turning against the woman, the woman turning against the man. All you look at on TV and what floods your algorithm is a woman with a mic in front of her face talking about the man, a man with a mic in front of his.
Yeah.
That's it was needed. don't get it twisted. The red pill movement was needed, but now it's time to focus on the solution.
Yeah.
But Esau thrived. This world is driven on division. So how are people going to come together and figure him out if they all are doing
Well,
is
that's why they had
Yes,
to
one about man.
because he was getting niggas married.
Yes, one about man.
So that's why we gotta get him out of here.
Yeah, they killed that nigga.
Who?
Kevin Sanders.
Right.
But you know what, bro? I ain't gonna lie to you guys, remember, man. I had to rebuke myself. No, because I kind of got too, even me. Yeah, I got too good. Because I wake up every morning, man. I was like, even then, I was arguing with my woman over stupid, like, you know what I mean? I wake up in the morning like a demon.
and you start to consume it.
Red pill niggas.
Well, you gotta understand. You start to consume it so much. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you got it.
But you start to consume it so much, but that becomes your expectation of that becomes your box. Like every woman is like this. Right. So then you just get a woman, you know. It's like it's not really that serious.
And you see another bitch doing something that ain't got nothing to do with your woman. You mad at your woman over something that another bitch did.
God.
Assuming she gonna do it to you.
Right. Hey, what about for real? I could be honest.
That's why a lot of guys are mad right now.
But it's good to the flesh. But you gotta know how to.
There was some videos on the internet. I cursed them niggas out, but I still do. Right. Because it would be true.
But it's just like at the end of the day, there's bigger issues. What's the solution?
What's
the solution? Are y'all gonna repent?
Yeah. I be watching Anton Daniel, I be watching Cooley, that nigga. And, you know, of course, y'all know I love Kevin Samuels. But Kevin Samuels, if anything, to keep it real, he was, I was still rock with him. He was the best one. He was the best. He was really trying to connect.
Man.
Jake, you know.
Boy, he had a plan.
He had a plan.
He knew what the fuck he was doing. He knew he was taking care. He had. This is me because that's the way I think. I could tell. Oh, he got a game plan. He's intentionally doing something. He knew he was gonna start point A, and he knew where he was trying to take everybody once he got his popularity. And as soon as he got to the level of where black people were starting to really get together again, and he was creating these forums, and motherfuckers were getting married, and the trend was changing. Get him up out of
there. They killed him.
Get him up out of there. And I'm not no big, like obviously we're here for you. How much you shot, but you saw what it was. But I don't mean to
No. It's all in the spirit. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up.
No, but it all ties in.
It all ties in, absolutely.
It all ties in. That's why a lot of them niggas, I can keep it real with y'all. That's why a lot of these influencers and shit, these new motherfuckers are set up by Esau.
For damn sure.
Oh yeah.
Fresh and fit.
Fresh and fit. Fuck them. I used to like them about 2-3 years, then fuck them niggas. Fuck them. Fuck Anton Daniels. Fuck Cooley. Because then what happened now? Now the niggas are coming against the truth.
Especially MAR.
Now they actually coming against the Israelites. Now wait a minute.
We the ones that got y'all.
We got y'all started.
Right.
We got
y'all took our talking points, nigga.
Con. Now are we lying about that?
No, not at all. No.
Them niggas took our talking points.
Especially Anton. Because he was cool with Kevin Samuels, if I could just say apostle.
Yes, sir.
That was his homeboy.
Yeah. All them niggas was cool.
Yeah.
And let me go here. Y'all know how much I love Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was watching us. Man.
Oh, absolutely.
Facts.
He was watching us. He was probably watching you brothers' videos, man. You dig?
Yo.
He was watching some of you. Forget about us.
Yep.
He was probably watching some of y'all videos, man. He was watching all the brothers, all the Israelite brothers, man. Because real talk, Great Millstone, GMS, okay, them other Israelite camps, them niggas is whole ass niggas, man. They whole ass niggas. Them dudes don't get on the black woman, they don't get on the woman, they condone the behavior of these women. Real talk, GMS, us, we the only ones that really call it like it is. Hey man, last night at the camp, I wanted to, oh man, I nod, you there.
Come on.
Listen, remember last night at the camp? At the main camp?
Come
You know, the camp, you know, the camp, you know. Well, y'all the main camp, you know what I mean? Whatchamacallit, man? And I actually felt that shit. Last night it was demonic, but it was spiritual too. Remember Esau, he put something in the air last night, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something clear. These devils did something, but I felt kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like my lungs were filled up.
You know, it's because all that dirt.
Yeah, man.
What was that? Like it was a storm or something?
Yeah, it
It
was
was like a
sandstorm.
windstorm. Was that true about it coming from the west?
Yeah, they said it was it started in like El Paso and it was a sandstorm.
It was a big
Whoa.
sandstorm.
And it made it all the way here. You know,
Wow.
it started that morning, and by the time we got out the camp, because I was seeing it during the day while I was at work on my side.
Yeah.
Because you know, it got to pass by my house
Yeah.
to get downtown.
Yeah.
So I was seeing it earlier.
Because Texas is so
That
flat
should have killed you.
that sandstorm can travel that level and that distance.
That shit can kill you.
Mhm.
Sandstorms can kill you.
Damn.
It can suffocate you, man. Yeah. Hey, bro, you know, we live in Texas. Texas is, hey, we out here in the Southwest, the West, the weather can get crazy out. And what you gotta do, that's why I really said you wait a bit, like, just on Western wear.
Yep.
You want to put this on, if a sandstorm coming, you know,
Yep.
that sand can suffocate your lungs.
Mhm.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you riding a horse or something like that,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
it'll kill you.
That shit
You know,
can
we
kill you.
chilling. You know,
The Lord is with us. But yeah, we saw that shit. But it was spiritual, but then it was I not. Remember last night at the camp, you know, I was at the camp, and you know, Spirit got on me. I started speaking, but the Spirit been on me to get on this black fucking woman, right? And I'm gonna do it, man, because the Lord told me to do it. Because somebody gotta fucking say it. Okay, the black woman got a lot to pay for, bro. These black women got a lot to pay for, Ariella. They do. The shit, I felt it last night. I kind of felt some kind of way because remember last night, I mean, come on, bro, you on point. I know you, man. That's why you my man. You be on this brother's word, man. Because there was a Jake, you know that one Jake.
Yeah, he was
He was standing there, and you know me, I peep it, but I'm being cool. And this brother, we moving around on security shit. So I'm like, okay, I want this little nigga to act stupid, so we gotta lace him up. But he didn't.
Right.
Remember, at one point, he was, but something in my head kind of said, yo, these little niggas are really, like, you know, because, bro, we don't trust Jake.
No.
We don't trust Jake. So, you know, we like, every time these little niggas come up, you know, we already got a bias against them.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
prejudice.
It's the truth. So when you little niggas, pookie, really looking little niggas come around, we already been like, oh no.
High alert. You on high alert?
You're on high alert. But last night was kind of the first time the Lord, you know, the first one, and I know he had the cap on.
Yeah, Con.
But he was listening. He didn't say shit.
Right.
But he kind of stood up at one point, walked, and I kind of walked up,
Yeah.
and then you kind of walked behind me.
Con.
We like, nigga, don't try to act stupid, because you're going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? But no, you didn't.
Yep.
And, you know, I was in the spirit. I was like, fucking black women, you black bitches. You know, I was going into my thing. I said, that's the, but no, I wasn't just ranting, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was making points. I said, that's the reason these little young jakes are fucked up. You know, and the Jake, you, like, because you talking about,
There was two
there
of
was
them.
two of them.
Yeah.
I want one by the hear this. The Jake, he was like, they were like kind of, like when I say that, they were like, bro, like they were hurting inside.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it was like the shit that Spirit had me saying was really touching their spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got to a point where, man, yo, I want you to hear this, man. Last night at the camp, I was at with these brothers. Yo, man, that shit, for real, bro. I woke up this morning thinking about that shit, bro. And I started having compassion. I started having compassion for these little niggas, man. No, it was last night I was speaking, and it was two jakes too. And I was and you know, I was cursing out of the black man. And I said the reason the reason these little young, you know, these little young chicks are you fucking black bitches. And I was making certain points, and there was one chick, he was there, and he was kind of like, right? They were like,
yeah, he was kind of on some. You would think that he'd be on some troublemaking shit. Both of them really looked like Ronnie.
Two of them.
Yeah,
They hearkened to it?
Yeah, brother, they was kind of like, because, you know, the shit that I was saying, y'all know how I talk. I be exposing the black woman, but they were kind of like it was two of them. The first one, the little dude talked, but he was like, oh, like in his spirit, like you, like basically like demons were being exercised off him.
Man.
You know? But I felt bad, man, because I was like, yo, these black women really fucked these chicks up.
Yeah.
Then there was another one, he left, he ended up leaving. And then another dude, the stocky dude with the dreadlocks, he came and he was listening. You know, of course, we was stupid, but no, the dude was quiet. And then homeboy was like, same thing, right? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, you remember?
Yeah. Like he was coming to grips with what, like the reality of what was being said.
Oh, really?
And he was,
Yes.
yeah, you know. He like,
Yeah, brother.
So it was kind of hurting him,
Yeah, it was hurting these dudes.
but he was listening.
But I felt fucked up, man. Last night, man, was a reflective night for me, man. Cause I was like, yo, man. I said, damn. You know me, but I had that hate for these niggas, but like, I was kind of like, damn, man. These little niggas, all they need is a father.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. No, for real, one day I was like, all these little niggas need is a daddy.
Yeah.
All these little niggas need is a daddy.
But the solution is that it's too late, it's too far gone. So the missiles is the answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your dad.
Yeah. But we know our people will be better off under a righteous system. A lot of these monsters, you know, like that we see, if you put them in, will get the right diet, they get the right, you know, teaching of the scriptures, the names, they will flourish.
Mm-hmm. Good.
They Jake will flourish.
Good. But the one by last night that I was talking, and the shit that I was saying, spirit, I was there, and you know, we thought these niggas were like, but no, they was actually listening. Yeah. Spirit told me that these two little niggas was actually they were tapped in, but they so fucked up in the head.
Right.
But the shit that was being said was really touching their soul, man. Mm-hmm. And then it got to a point where I was like, I felt bad. So like, a part of me wanted to try to like, yo, come here, yo, bro, come here, man, let me talk to you.
Bring it in.
Yo, come here, let me talk to you on the side, bro. Hey, man, look, little brother, man. I kind of wanted to, I didn't, and then I felt bad that I didn't, because they was there for a while, they were listening, but then the spirit had it, but they eventually, I guess they couldn't take it when they left. And when they left, I'm gonna be honest, man, like, I haven't felt like this in years, brother. I was like, damn, man, maybe I should have pulled that little nigga to the side and just gave him a few words of encouragement. Like, you know what I mean, bro? We ain't no fucked up dudes, man. Like, if you come up with some shit, man, we gonna try to work with you, man. Right. Because in my mind, I'm like, who knows? Maybe they might. You know, I'm always thinking that way. The spirit that had them there, so maybe they could be a elect. I don't know. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Maybe they could be a elect. But like, no, they was real, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then I woke up this morning thinking about them two niggas, man.
Yeah.
I was feeling a little bad, man.
They'll come back.
Yeah, they'll come back.
You know what I'm saying?
Come, yeah, you're right, bro.
They'll come back. They're either gonna come back or crash out. You can't keep nobody from being here late.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so with all being said, you know, Lord willing, this edified the body. Want to give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who taught us. Hey, shalom, peace and blessings to the next time. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.